Ever wondered how you're supposed to be successful in life, but you were never taught about money or how to live during school? Well, I'm here to show you that right now. So, this video is going to be for high schoolers, fresh graduates, maybe people in college, or even just young people out in the workforce, or anybody who doesn't really have a clue about what to do with their money. Now, this is not professional financial advice. This is more of a culmination of what I have learned through my years of trying to save up money and trying to get my life started and knowing what's worked and what hasn't worked. So, my one piece of advice to get started with adulthood or just money in general is to save up for an emergency fund. Now, an emergency fund is just a set amount of cash that you're going to have that you're going to put aside, and you're not going to use it for anything other than emergencies. Now, you may be thinking, okay, cool, how much do I need to have set aside for this? Well, typically, most people, including myself, are going to say $1,000. Now, for most people, $1,000 is a lot of money. And I agree, it is a lot of money, but that's okay. You may be thinking, why do I need $1,000? Why can't it be less? So the reason people are going to tell you $1,000 is that's going to help pay for any typical life things that come up that are unexpected expenses. A few examples are if your car breaks down, if you have some unexpected medical bill, or maybe even just something crazy happens and you need money for rent for the month. So now that we've established we need $1,000, how in the world are you going to get there? So most of the time, you may not have more than like $100 on you at a time. So the cool thing is you don't have to do this overnight. You can take time to build up this emergency fund. So my advice to give to make it easier on yourself is that when you get your paycheck, you're gonna get that nice fat check of money. What you're gonna do is you want to decide how much you're gonna save each paycheck. I would start off something simple. I don't know, $20. Most of the time, that's not too bad to decide to put aside, because normally that's only like a meal or two if you go out to eat, and you're not really gonna notice that. So, first things first, once you get your paycheck, put that aside. You have two options. If you have direct deposit, it's either gonna go in your checking or your savings account. If it's in your savings account already, great, leave it there, don't touch it. But if you don't have that, you can go set it up. If you're not an adult yet, if you're still a student, go with your parent, go down to your local credit union or go down to a bank and get one started. They should be free to start, and you may have to put in like $5 to keep the account open, and that's fine. Just think, that's your first $5 saved. Now, the other way you can do it is if you want to be a little more old-fashioned, you can take it out in cash, stick it in an envelope, and hide it somewhere in your house. Hopefully you won't put it somewhere that you're going to completely forget about it and not know where it is. Obviously you want to know where it is so you can use it if needed, but don't put it somewhere where you're seeing it all the time and it's at the front of your mind all the time. It's kind of a set it and forget it type deal until you need it. So you may be thinking, all right, I've started saving, but this is taking a really long time. How do I speed it up? Well, the answer is you're just gonna have to save more money. So maybe after a few months, you're putting $20 a paycheck, and now you've gotten used to not having that $20 every month. Bump it up a little more. Turn it to $40, $50. Maybe you see you have a really big excess amount of money, bump it up to $100. If you did $100 a month, it would only take you 10 months. But obviously, save within your means, live within your means. You don't want to be so stressed out about where every single dollar is going that it just drives you insane. Be comfortable. Now, you may be thinking, okay, I'm saving this money and like, I don't know, say you've got 500 bucks so far, great. But then an emergency comes up. Say, oh, your tires got slashed, or if one popped and then you go to the shop and they say, oh, all of your tires are super old, we gotta replace them. No biggie. If it costs 500 bucks for the tires and you have 500 bucks saved up in your emergency fund, use the $500. That's what it's there for. It's there for a peace of mind, because normally most people probably aren't making enough money where they can just take $500 out of their monthly expenses to just put towards a brand new set of tires. Because last thing you want to do is have to borrow that from the bank or use a credit card and then have not only that money you have to pay back, but also the interest. And that's no bueno. It's no good. And it's going to make it even harder and take even longer to rebuild your emergency fund. So, save up the emergency fund, get it there. If you have to spend it on emergency, go for it. You can always start over again. I've had to do it before. I saved up my money. As soon as I got the $1,000, I had to spend it. And you know what? Is it a little demoralizing? Sure. But also I thought, hey, you know, I'm just starting fresh again. You know, I didn't have to go into debt or anything. So I was still a leg up, so to speak. So congratulations. You just learned how to save an emergency fund, what it's used for, and how beneficial it can be. So if you like this video, go ahead, stick around. I'm going to give more helpful suggestions and hints in my later videos. See ya.